Hello, welcome in Others Education Society. This is online channel of Others Education Society. Dear student, I am your maths lecturer Avinash Srivastava. Student, in previous lecture, we had discussed about the topic of basic concept of differentiation. Today we are going to discuss about the subtopic of differentiation, that is derivative by chain rule. In this lecture, you will study how we can solve the chain rule problem by using the derivative concept. Student, our learning objective is that after this lecture you would be able to solve the derivative problem by using chain rule. Student, be ready with your pen, notebook, and if possible keep the math textbook also, because this is practical topic. The calculation part you must have to do by yourself. Let us start with our formula. This formula already you have studied in 11th standard, and in previous lecture also I taught this formula. Let us see the quick recap of the differentiation formula. Student, the derivative of constant you know that is equal to 0, and the derivative of x power n, that will be equal to nx raised to n minus 1, and the derivative of 1 upon x, that will be equal to minus 1 upon x square, and the derivative of 1 upon x power n, you know that as by using the concept of x power n you can differentiate minus n upon x raised to n plus 1, and the derivative root x, you know that this is 1 upon 2 root x. Derivative of sin x is cos x, derivative of cos x, negative part of sin x or minus sin x, derivative of tan x, that will be equal to sec square x. And for the sec x, the differentiation will be sec x into tan x, and for cosec x the derivative will be minus cosec x into cot x. For cot x the derivative will be minus cosec square x. Let us see the derivative of exponential functions. The derivative of e power x is equal to e power x. For the a raised to x, a raised to x log of a, you know that derivative of log x, that will be equal to 1 by x. Derivative of log x to the base a is equal to 1 upon x log of a. So these are the basic formula which you must require to study the derivative by using chain rule. Let us move to our next topic, that is the theorem which is based on the concept of derivative of chain rule. Let us see the statement of the theorem. If y is the function of u, is a differentiable function of u, and u is the function of x, is a differentiable function of x, such that the composite function y is equal to f of gx, that is y includes the both function f as well as the x, is a differentiable function of x, then we have to prove this part. dy by dx is equal to dy by du into du by dx. This equation we have to prove. So as you know that the composite function, a function which contain two or more than two function, is known as the composite function. Suppose we have an example, y is equal to sin x. This is general function and simple function. But in case of composite function, if we have the function y is equal to sin log x, so in this case you can say this function contain the trigonometry because of sine, and also contain the logarithm because of log. So this type of function is known as the composite function. But back to our statement of the theorem. As per the statement of the theorem, we have to prove if any function is differentiable with respect to a variable, and the same variable is differentiable with respect to another variable. So in this case we have to establish the relation between first function and also the last function. This is our main concept of the derivative of chain rule. Let us start with our proof. Let us consider we have given y is equal to function of u and u is a function of g. We assume that u is not constant. Let us consider u is variable, as we know that u is variable because it is the independent function of y. Let there be a small increment in the value of x. Del x, del u will be the increment and del y also will be the corresponding increment in u and y also. So in first part of the proof we had considered only that the del x, del y, del u and also del y, there are three increment in the variables x, u and y also. And as per the concept of our derivative, as you know that if y is the differentiable function of x, so in this case the limit del x tends to 0, del y divided by del x will be equal to dy by dx, right? If the y is the differentiable function of x, then only you can use this concept. Now after consider del x, del u and del y are the small increment in x, u and y respectively such that del x does not equal to 0, same for the del u and del y also. Let us consider the equation. We have del y upon del x is equal to del y upon del u into del u upon del x, taking the limit del x tends to 0 on the both side. See here, we have to take the limit of this equation. Okay, now move to the concept after taking the limit. Say when we take the limit on the both side, so in this case you will get del x tends to 0, del y upon del x, this will be our left hand side, and the del x tends to 0 for the del y upon del u into del x tends to 0 for del u upon del x. And what I told the del x, del u and del y all are the small incremented in corresponding variables, as well as all are tends to 0. So instead of del x we can replace del u because both are tends to 0 only. The limits of the both variables are same. So here instead of del x we had used del u. Why we are using del u? Because here in the base the variable is u, so therefore the limit should be according to the base variable. Okay, so now in right hand side, because of del u in the denominator, we had considered the limit del u tends to 0 into the limit del x tends to 0 del u upon del x. Okay, what I'm telling that since y is a differentiable function of u and u is the differentiable function of x, so we have del u tends to 0, del y upon del u, the left hand side will be as it is. And what I told in previous slide that if any function is differentiable with respect to any variable, then the value we can replace by using dy by dx or dy by du. Here the base variable is du, so therefore the value will be replaced by dy by du. Same case here also, the u is the differentiable function of x, therefore the value will be replaced by du by dx. Okay, now comparing the first and second, you can, after comparing the first and second, the right hand side of the first equation will be replaced. In other words, you can say the value of second equation we have to substitute in the first equation. Then see the next step. In next step, what you are getting that the right hand side has replaced by the dy by du and du by dx. Now we can say in equation third, the right hand side of the equation is exist. Otherwise the right hand side of the equation has differentiable, but the left hand side still contains the limit. So what do you mean by the statement of any equation? If the left hand side is exist or right hand side exist, then other side also of the equation should be exist. Here our right hand side is exist, so therefore left hand side also should be exist. So the right hand side exists and finite implies that left hand side also should be exist. It means if the right hand side of any function is exist or differentiable, so definitely the left hand side of the function also should be differentiable by the definition or statement of the equation. So now finally we can say our left hand side limit del x tends to 0 del y divided by del x should be replaced by dy by dx. Now after this substitution, our proved we got our proved. You can see here what we were required. We were required the value of dy by dx is equal to dy by du into du by dx as our left hand side also exists. So this was the theorem based on the derivative of chain rule. Student, in next lecture we will discuss about the some solved problem and also some exercise problem which are based on the theorem of chain rule. Thank you very much. Have a good day.